We live in a time where we all have access to content, either downloaded or with just the flip of the radio dial. But how often do you want to hear about politics or sports? Even if it's your favorite team on either side, it just gets old. Who tackles the tough questions? How do you find out what beer you should be drinking? How do you know if that's really fast food, and is it good? Well, there is one place to find those answers and more. Join us inside the Pallet House. You are joined by the Marine Brian, the family man, the audio dreamboat in Troy, and a recovering world-class athlete in Brendan. We are your hosts to help you answer those first world problems that have been getting you down, that need some real time and some real answers.
That is long.
Join us.
The throwback opening.
There's an old one for you.
Do you want to explain why we played the old one?
Oh, I mean, yeah, truth be told, there's the producer's trash.
Hey, don't put that on our new producer.
Oh, that's true. We do have Stu here.
We do need it. We need to update that to get Stu's name in there.
When he gives us a couple years, he'll make the intro. I think that's fair.
I'm still pledging.
That's right.
I didn't get an intro till 4 years into this thing.
That's why Stu has to do wall sits the whole time he's here.
That's exactly right. give me some PT, Captain. That should be the nickname. We should just call him Captain.
Captain.
Yeah, that's fine.
Always has been. Navy guy, you know.
Yeah.
Captain, Navy. I think it adds up. I'm certainly not the captain of the football team.
No, not even.
There's a different team.
Yeah, I heard that about you. Playing for the other team.
Yep.
Old Captain.
That's why the Navy was calling him.
Code Pink. Code Pink.
So, hey, we're glad to have you back. That's for sure, man.
He keeps coming back.
Which has been kind of nice.
Yeah, it's been very nice.
Most people
very
do
helpful.
a week. They may maybe get the second week.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Ely to get back to this pink slip time.
We had the guy a
coming.
few shows ago. Remember, he came in. He was a friend of a friend, and we were doing a back-to-back show.
Yes,
He couldn't even make the second show.
In that moment.
In that night.
We're
He was
like,
like,
we're going to record another one. He's like, yeah, not me.
yeah,
not
I got to
me.
get on out of here, guys. We're like, damn, dude, you're already here. You've already been on one.
Yeah, now I know. I just wanted to try it once. And
My wife just called. I didn't hear your phone ring. I got to get home.
ESP. Yeah, we did. We lost him quick. I'm hoping we'll have Ely back next week. New baby in the house. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
So, but I also didn't realize next Monday is Memorial Day.
Yeah, we didn't plan that out at all.
I didn't even know it was Memorial Day till I was on a call this morning for work, and they were like, well, we're punching out early on Friday, and it still didn't click. I'm like, yeah, a lot of people punch out early on Fridays. And they were like, well, and Monday, we're closed. And I'm like,
What's
I
going
wonder
on Monday?
What for? And they were like, you have a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
It's like, you're damn right I do. Had no idea.
USA.
I didn't realize it
USA.
until one of my sellers, one of my listings, they said, hey, can we hold an open house Sunday? I was like, sure. Looked at the calendar and was like, that's a 3-day. No.
Yeah.
Not doing that. We can't, actually. Money is only but so important.
Everyone's busy.
It happens to the best of us.
Yep.
It happens. But hopefully next week, if we can figure it out and catch up with Ely.
I will not be available Monday.
Oh, well, we're out. We're out.
I plan on being at the pool all day. And if I'm at the pool, that means Coors Lights will be flowing.
Dude, I took off my shirt for the first time this year. I am burnt. I am so burnt. It is unbelievable.
Oh, you went outside and got some sun?
I went outside, and we didn't have the kids here because it was today's my anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Congratulations.
Allow me to give a shout out to my lovely wife.
13 years?
13 years that she's been dealing with this.
How long does it feel like?
Don't answer that.
Thank you, Stu. I appreciate that. I was about to answer forever.
Forever.
Yeah, I'm
I'm not even know how to phrase my feelings right now.
Yep.
Thank you, Ely. I think he summed it up best. Yeah, no, it feels every bit of 13 years, but that's because we dated for so many years prior to that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a bit of a misnomer. It's like, I want credit for the 5 years leading up.
I was just going to ask, what's the total all in?
I mean, I want this to be 18 years. You know? Like,
18.
that sounds all right. We gave each other gifts. Worked out well.
Nice.
Yeah, she
My
got
anniversary's coming up. What's a good gift? Because I'm not a good gift giver.
she got diamond earrings, like diamond studs for her second hole. I got a hemp bracelet.
To add
To all of my bracelets.
To your other bracelets.
She did give me a rain jacket, though, which doesn't sound like awesome.
No,
but
it's not.
But I've never owned a rain jacket in my
couple
whole life.
$1,000 rain jacket.
It was not.
Oh.
It was not. But it was Patagonia.
It's a couple hundred.
Yeah, so like I feel pretty good about it because
Yeah.
I've been complaining every time it rains. I look like crap, you know.
Oh, our new producer is pulling up practical. Yeah, I tried that each year as like a theme, and I tried that like year one, and I think we gave up after that. Year one's paper, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, annulment papers.
Yeah, I got my wife tickets to a concert,
Dude,
printed on paper.
if you do what they say here, you're divorced. 20 years into marriage, you're supposed to give her china. Hey, here's a nice set of plates.
Well, it's all like expensive
nice.
stuff.
Yeah, but still.
I like how once you get to 15, they just stop. They just start bouncing every 5 years before you have them. Now, my wife told me it was texture, not lace. So that's very, very interesting.
Oh, fifth year, give her wood. If you can give her wood on the fifth year, you're running a successful marriage there.
Yeah, I haven't given her wood since. I figured that was, I didn't want to ruin that 5th year gift.
Oh, so silk is this year for me, so I got to get my wife something silky.
Or get yourself something silky. Come in the room wearing like a kimono.
Yeah.
Yeah, kimono. Is that it? Is
Yeah, kimono.
Yeah, kimono dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon coming in the bedroom. Watch out. He's loose.
Maybe silk sheets, that's for both of us.
I don't see why not.
Slide right off of it.
Just a couple like silkworms. You get
Yeah.
to raise these now.
Yeah.
When
We
you're
get-
80.
We can have all of the silk we ever need.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I dig it.
So you got sunburn just walking around the yard?
Well, so
shirtless?
we did not have the kids because it was our anniversary. Like we were celebrating on the weekend, and I don't even know how to celebrate anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll wash the cars.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what to do with my time. So
Yeah.
I shined up everything.
Especially when you don't have the kids.
It was weird. So I went out and did that, but I took off my shirt like an idiot, not
To
thinking
show her
about it.
something, to show her what she was missing out on.
I wanted her to be reminded.
Yeah.
You know.
You're getting all sudded up, leaning over the windshield.
You're feeling me. I had my dong sarong
He had
on.
his denim shorts on.
I had my dong sarong on. I was just sitting out there. I was like, "Do you want a fresh coat of wax on your new car?" I got you.
He asked his
girl.
wife, like, you might want to sit in the car while I'm washing it.
Yeah.
Gracefully grazing up against the window.
Rubbing my hairy nipples across the window. She's like, "Ooh." She's in there listening to Sade, just
It's all
getting ready.
steamed up. Windows are fogging up.
Yep, Lovers Rock was playing. She was like, "This is all right." Yeah, it worked like a charm. It worked like a charm.
I'm outside so much at work these days. Like I have a legit farmer's tan going on now.
Oh,
Like,
it's tough, man.
I need to get to the pool and like take the shirt off because it is straight. My neck has got a real nice tan going on, and
yeah,
the forearms are nice and bronze, and the face. But like,
it's a rough look, man. That's what part of the reason
Yeah.
I wanted to get out of it.
yeah, you're rocking the Budweiser tank right now.
So my wife comes home on her anniversary, and how am I dressed? In a Budweiser tank top.
And a Highlanders hat that is fashioned after the Miller High Life logo.
Champagne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking real good.
Real classy.
My wife showed up. My kids were like, "You look stupid, Dad." My wife's like, "That's disgusting." And I was like, "Still got it. Still got it."
You're
Everybody-
welcome is what you should have said.
Yeah. I made all the women in this house very happy with my shirt choice.
Nice.
I was like, don't stare down your nose. You'll be wearing this on prom.
That's right.
Girls, this thing is dope. Yeah, it looks
Well, happy
good
anniversary to you.
yeah, thank you. So how did I celebrate? I put on a Budweiser wife beater and
Yeah.
went out back and did a podcast with the fellas.
Yeah. Why is wife beater so like
Acceptable.
acceptable? Like everyone calls them wife beaters, and it's not acceptable.
It's a horrible
It's
name,
a horrible name.
and yet it is common.
Yeah, like my wife will call them beaters.
Yeah, and that's like
Yeah.
that's like the difference between when people say like Irish car bomb. I'm like, it's a car bomb. It's the same thing. You go from wife beater to just beater. You know, it's like
Well, I guess the car bomb thing, I never thought about that. That is a derogatory statement. Like,
it's horrible.
I always just think of it as the name of the drink, not Irish people doing car bombings.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what it's from. I find it to be the most offensive of all of the drink names. Like, I choose very little to get offended about.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I like to hang my hat on that one. So when people order them, I always like to be like, oh, disgusting. You're a jerk. And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, because the Irish car bomb was like the first car bombs used in terrorist attacks against the
Yeah.
Irish, by the Irish.
I was
Well,
going to say,
to really get the British, but
yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was Irish on Irish crime. It was horrible. Horrible.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. So
There's a lot of bad drink names out there, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a
I mean,
lot of them.
they all
but-
have,
like the gorilla fart.
yeah, and
that's
like
not a
sexual
positive. That's
innuendos,
the
buttery nipples.
Dirty
and
Mexican.
The
There's that.
blowjob.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're everywhere. The Three Wise Men's okay.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh,
That's killer.
Trash.
You're done.
the worst. So many shooters. So many shooters. So little time. That's why I just love that like Fireball exists now.
I meant to buy some of the fake Fireball at the Total
Oh,
Wine
the
today.
wine?
Yeah.
Yes, I'd
I
like to
literally
try
saw
that.
it when I went in to get our deli today, and I was like, I'm going to buy this on the way out. And I totally just, of course, didn't do it because I have no memory.
Dude,
but
I could fast forward 30 minutes and get to that deli. I'm that excited.
I know you are.
I've been waiting a long time for this deli to get
I
in
couldn't
here.
find it. I had to go ask someone. They couldn't find it. Then I went and dug some more and found it. I was like, yes.
So it's lukewarm.
No.
Beauty.
So I found the warm one. Like, you know how at the Total Wine they're like sitting at the front.
Oh, yeah.
This one was sitting they had two sitting in the back. Like, I had to get on my knees and like look into the depths of the shelf
And there
to
just
see
happened
where it
to be
was.
some back in
and
the
there was
keg
some back
room?
there.
Nice.
So that was on the warm side. That was the out front. So then I was like, well, let me go look in the back and see if there's anything jumping out at me in the cooler, because the Total Wine bus has a very small cooler section.
It's really odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, the back right.
Yeah. And then, but sure enough, they had the cold one. They had them there in the cooler.
That's
So
beauty.
I upgraded. So we have cold deli.
Nice.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, let's fast forward.
Nah,
That's just-
we got to wait.
All right. Dude, so actually I just brought up prom, like as a joke, and one of the
Yeah.
listeners had sent in, and I think this was everywhere. A lot of people were talking about it. Like, you see this all the time where people do these giant prom proposals.
Yeah.
Like they're over the top. And this was some schmuck who had done like a racist prom proposal, which I won't even, it's not even that,
Yeah.
it's not even clever. Like it was just bad.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the pun was stupid.
Yeah, so I was like, but he sent it in, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, prom is out of hand.
Yes.
I remember when I was in high school, like, I went to prom one year, and it cost a fortune.
Yeah.
I mean, limos, again, the tux, the dinner, the hotel room.
Oh,
I mean,
you got a hotel.
Oh, I definitely.
My
had a
prom was
hotel.
nowhere near on that level.
I had one prom that ended in Virginia Beach.
From Richmond.
Yeah, we just continued.
Score.
Wow.
Continued.
How the hell? So
So-
that's it. That's all you're going to give
Yeah.
us?
No, so
A euphemism
Basic,
for something?
you know, basic
and then I Virginia
basic,
beached her.
Basic
The old Virginia Beach.
I think it was basic prom, and then after prom, and then just like, let's go watch the sunset.
How'd you get down
Sunrise.
there?
Drove down there. I mean,
So
we
you
didn't
just
let-
drove
we
down
didn't take a
before the
limo. No,
sunrise.
yeah.
That was it.
Yeah,
You're
we're
like,
still
I'll
up,
drive.
doing that, and you'd come back. So that, and then
Remember when you were young, you would do road trips like that just for nothing?
all the time. You
Oh,
just be
yeah.
like, screw it, let's go there, and you would just get in the car and go.
You'd be like, we're going to drive to Nag's Head and then just hang out and then come home.
And sometimes not even have a place to stay.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Just go somewhere. And those were the best trips.
you wouldn't stay anywhere. You like go, and you're fine. Come back the same day.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. One time I had these two buddies say, hey, we're going to meet you down in Myrtle. and I was down there, but we couldn't let these guys in because we were staying with my buddy's parents. Swear, no joke. They slept under the hotel. They dragged lounge chairs from the pool, got up underneath the hotel area, and just set them up.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't see, and all of a sudden they would come crawling out in the morning and be like, and then go about their day, and then at the end of the night, crawl back under the hotel. I was like, that's genius.
I went down to Virginia Beach on a whim with two buddies, and we couldn't find a hotel room that wouldn't do one night. They were requiring 2 and 3 night minimums. And we couldn't find anywhere, and we didn't have enough money because we were college kids. We ran it. We literally, driving from hotel to hotel, ran into 3 other girls that I knew that my other 2 buddies didn't know, and they were having the same problems. And we were like, well, let's get one room and do the 2 nights because they had enough money for one. We had enough money for the other.
To stay the one night.
Yeah.
But split.
Except we could stay 2 nights. The guys could. The girls were leaving the next day.
Genius.
So we split the room, partied. The girls went home next day. We had the second night on the house.
That's smooth.
Worked out.
I dig that.
So back to it.
Yeah, did you ever do any cool prom
No,
proposals?
I was just going to. No, I just cafeteria. Hey, what are you doing next Friday? You want to go? Good. Sit at dinner. We're done. But I was just going to say, what is it that's so impressive about the cardboard sign?
I had it happen to me once, and it was awesome. Like, honestly.
I can't have it say I had it happen.
Isn't it supposed to be the man doing it for the woman?
I'm a baller.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you were an athlete.
Yeah, I was a world-class athlete.
Yeah.
/ I was in the choir. But that's the double. That's the double shot that every woman wants. They're like, what? You're in the choir and are on like a rec league basketball team?
Yeah, yeah.
You are a sexy man. And I said, yes. Yes, I am. But all of a sudden I'm getting these, like, I'm hearing tink, tink, tink at my window.
Oh, so this wasn't in public.
No. So, like, I'm like, what the hell is that? And I look outside, and no joke, there's this senior girl who was, in my mind, I was like, why is
What grade were you in?
talking to me? I was a sophomore.
Wow.
I was like, this is fantastic.
Wait, isn't that a scene from Say Anything?
It basically was. And then
I was going to say, you were the first real person outside of a movie I've known to hear the tink on the bedroom window.
She was throwing rocks
like,
at my
what's
window.
the chances you're sitting
Nice.
in your bedroom?
It was awesome,
She
man.
held a boombox over her head?
No, but did have a sign. Like, had a giant sign. It was like, will you go to prom with me?
Yeah.
Standing in my driveway, I was like, you're damn right I'm going to go to prom with you.
It's a good chance he was sitting in his bedroom doing nothing.
Yes.
Oh, there's 100% chance I was sitting in my bedroom doing nothing.
Oh, he wasn't
And
doing
then
nothing.
I was practicing for prom night, which means even worse.
You're ridding your body of all the evil in it.
Which, if I recall,
Get this poison out.
that prom night, basically by practicing, I meant I was practicing holding hair over a toilet.
Yeah.
Because
that's always fun.
That's no good.
That prom did not end with the ejaculate I was looking for.
Yeah.
It was vomit.
Fluids left bodies.
Yes, but it was not the look. And then she ended up sleeping in her bed, and I slept on her couch.
That's always awesome.
And I was like, best prom ever.
Winning.
I never did that or got it done to me because I went to my senior prom and my senior homecoming, and I was dating someone at the time, so it was like, you're going to prom. Like, there was no, like, will you go to prom with me? Like, of course, you're my girlfriend. I would like to go to prom. You're going to go.
Yeah.
I don't know what these racist assholes think by making these signs up and then posting them on social media. How do you think this is going to go in 2019? You're an asshole.
Yeah, do it like a normal person. Look over your shoulder in every direction and then whisper it ever so quietly.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking schmuck. You're already a schmuck. Don't take it to
I
the
got to
next
go by
level.
Michael's, get some nice cardboard,
Yeah.
some markers. Like, you're putting time and effort into this.
Which gold glitter is the most racist?
yeah, exactly.
I want to make sure I use that.
Then they're standing behind the sign smiling like it's cute. Like,
And then you put it on social media.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're done, dummy. Like, what idiots?
people are stupid, dude.
But, look, they're idiots. I mean,
yeah, but we were young and dumb, and we didn't do that.
no.
Yeah.
It never
and
even.
this was before social media. So that means, how dumb are you?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. These people are
And,
fucking
and
schmuck.
unfortunately, if you Google it, there's a ton of them. There's
I know.
a ton of them.
It's unbelievable. I don't know how they. Yeah.
My senior prom was pretty lame.
I think I'm gonna have to make like the the guys bring. I want to see the cardboard cutout that you used to ask my daughter to prom.
Yes.
Because if it's some stupid shit, you're out. Like racist, beat it.
I didn't have a driver's license, so
you're a catch.
I had to catch a ride. My mom had taken my driver's license because I got a ticket for going 95 and a 65, and that was frowned upon. So I caught a ride with my best friend and his date. We did go downtown to Havana 59, which was pretty dope. Then we went to prom, which was, I think, nowhere special at all. I think it was in the school probably. No, the after party was in the school. The prom was like in a hotel. And then we ended up going back to my house anyway.
Yeah, those after parties were always cool, though.
We went to the after party, and then, we walked home from the after party.
I remember I had to go to the after party to, say that I'd been to the after party. And I walked in to the after party because that was, that's where the no booze is.
Yeah,
That's where you prove that you were being good.
Yeah.
So, we left our hotel room. We went to the after
played
party.
Pin the Tail on the Donkey. We did pinatas.
I walked in just so that people would say I had arrived.
Yeah.
There was attendance, And I needed something that I could be like, Mom, I didn't get home till 5 a.m. because the after party goes till 4.
Yeah.
I mean, so I walked in. As I'm walking in, they go, hey, we're doing the raffle. They hand me a ticket. I was there for 10 minutes. I won one of the largest prizes.
Oh, nice.
And the whole damn thing. I
Covered.
walked out. I was like, boom,
I'm
alibi.
Nailed it.
I'm covered for the next 5 hours.
I was like, baby, we're going back to the hotel room. I
Yeah.
got all the swag. It was beautiful. And then I did what now is probably one of the more embarrassing things, but at the time, in my 17-year-old brain, I thought this is how a man is romantic, and I did some horrible shit back in the hotel room.
Roses on the bed.
Roses were in the room,
Yeah.
but then we're laying there in bed, and I pulled out, as we're sitting there, I started singing Journey, in the dark.
Oh, wow.
Lying beside you, right
Oh,
there.
wow, wow.
Went for it, man.
and she threw up right after that.
Yeah.
Dude, I got the reaction I was going for the other time. I got a positive, but it was that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
In this day and age, I started singing that, and all of a sudden she's bawling and everything. This is amazing. You're so sweet. And I was like,
Nice.
choir paying off again.
I am already dreading, and I have 2 boys, and I'm already dreading.
I have 2 girls.
I know.
You want to talk about prom
that young
dread?
love. I mean,
It's hot. It
that
burns
is
hot.
That is an emotion unlike any other. I mean,
It's not even a real emotion. It's not love at all.
Yeah.
You think it's love.
Yeah.
Because it burns so hot you blow your brains out for
Yeah.
it. But it's actually just hormones.
Yeah.
And being stupid
live and die with all that shit.
on every
I mean, remember being
word.
just brokenhearted a million times over.
Oh, it would crush you.
Yeah.
Crush you. And it
You're laying next to some dude and he's singing Journey.
gets you going. But imagine, all right, so here's what's crazy, though. In her mind, no man's ever been that sweet since.
Yeah.
Because I was so stupid in my head. I'm
Or
like,
she looks back and goes, what the hell was he thinking?
maybe so.
Yeah.
But something tells me she doesn't. Because it's just
Maybe.
that stupid young burning. And I'm like, how do I impress her? What do I do? How do I get over the hump?
Yeah.
How do I show? I've got it. Journey.
Yeah.
You dumbass. It's embarrassing. I'll probably hear about this one. This one won't just fade away.
We've all done stupid stuff like that.
Oh, and when you're 17 years old,
Yeah.
that's all you do is stupid stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You're trying to be the nice guy, the romantic.
But the other thing
It was
about-
always my angle.
Yeah.
The other thing is that so you get the prom proposals, and then I think every generation says it, but the girls and what they're wearing to prom as what's the prom dress as opposed to the antebellum hoop skirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, are you serious? Because I'm looking at is
that your daughter?
That's Emma's 8th grade dance picture.
Wow.
Oh, I see. I
You know-
can't handle this. Don't show that.
So it's just like, but
I just
you're only
remember
thinking-
holding that girl when she was an infant.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
But
And
I'm just
you got a girl not too far off from that.
Oh, I mean, yeah, my wife is really young. You see that? You see that? That was-
I see
I
what you
thought
did
that
there.
was
smooth.
no, but no. I mean, I do. I'm raising 2 girls, and prom is like, oh,
No, I mean Emma got asked. She's 8th grade, and she just got asked to some sophomore said, "Hey, you want to go to homecoming?" And I don't care if you were in 6th grade and you're 8th grade and you know him, he's in the neighborhood, whatnot.
Yeah.
You're not. No, sorry, you're not going. You just.
Did you put the foot down?
Yeah, I said, no, you can't go. And she's like, well, all my friends are going. I was like, well, you're not in high school.
Yeah.
Save it for when you're in high school, and we'll let you do that.
Yeah.
You're in 8th grade. Enjoy yourself. I don't care, that you know everybody in high
And
school.
that guy might be a nice guy, but you know his ulterior motives.
And if you're a 10th grader and you're going to homecoming and you're asking 8th grade,
Yeah.
that just says.
You're a loser.
Yeah.
You are a loser.
Yeah.
Like, I've never understood that.
Yeah.
You want to go with the older girl. Don't be dumb.
But I can't. Well, then I guess I'm calling myself out. But I had I
Well,
was
you're
a
old.
senior in high school and had a freshman that I took to the homecoming dance.
But you're in the same school.
Yeah,
And there was always some of that. The guys who always trolled the freshmen, like, I keep getting older. They keep staying the same age.
Well, my high school girlfriend was 2 years behind me, but she was only 1 year younger than me.
That's-
And
that
we went to
happens.
to
Yeah.
different schools. So, but seriously, like the first week of college, I was like, we've been dating a year and a half. First week of college, I was like, call her up. We can't do this anymore. Like college is another level.
You called her?
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough. I drove home and broke up with my girl. I'm not kidding. I literally, this girl kissed me. Like, I had been fighting off girls. No joke. It's freshman year. It's just like, it's ridiculous.
And when you're an athlete,
When you're a natural
Yeah.
athlete. So this girl finally just refused to give up, wouldn't give up. And finally one night, like, she kissed me. And I was like, screw it. I felt so guilty.
I know you.
The next day, I got up. I borrowed a buddy's car. I drove all the way back to Northern Virginia from Radford.
Wow. That's a hike, isn't it?
Yeah, it was about 4 hours.
Yeah.
My girlfriend is so psyched to hear I'm in town. Swear to you, she shows up, champagne and strawberries at my door, and I'm there to break up with her.
you.
And I was like,
Did you eat the strawberries?
Yeah.
And I drank the champagne. But I felt so bad because I was like, okay, that's really sweet, and I would love to drink that with you and eat the strawberries, but we really got to talk. And I took her around back and was like, so last night I kissed a girl, and I just don't think this is going to work. And then she's bawling, and I'm like, can we have the champagne and strawberries? Like, this is a very difficult moment for me. And we drank it while she cried.
I could use some comfort food
Yeah.
and maybe a little alcohol to
Some-
bring me down a
and
little.
some booze because
Yeah.
I feel really bad. I
Yeah.
got to explain to my mom why I'm home. Like,
I was going to tell you that. So you were talking about the age difference, though, and like, even though you're only one grade
Yeah.
and she's 2 years behind you, that's like, Emma is. She's not even 14 yet. She's going to be the youngest. She's on that birthday schedule where she's
Yeah.
the youngest in her grade.
Yeah, I was
And, like,
always the youngest in my grade.
Because I'm looking at her, I'm like, you're going to be junior, almost senior in college before you can have a beer.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking about everything else.
Yeah, I was 17 when I was pledging a fraternity. It's like
I got hooked up because I ended up, when I moved from Chicago to Arizona. I don't know if you knew that, Troy.
You
I used
lived
to
in
live
Arizona?
Yeah, I did.
In Chicago?
I did.
ah,
So-
man, you learn something. You think you know a guy.
I know.
You think you know one of your best friends, and
So I moved from Chicago to Arizona, but on the West Coast, they were like, "Oh no, he's not old enough." So they held me back. So I did third grade twice.
nice.
Then I moved back to the East Coast. It was right outside of D.C. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh,
I don't know if you knew that.
You're from there too?
I am.
Weird.
Yeah. So I go back there, and now all of a sudden I leapfrogged to being the oldest kid in the grade.
Did you skip a grade?
No, because just when they
okay.
held me
Yeah,
back,
yeah, yeah.
because in the
Oh,
West
wait,
Coast,
wait.
they were like, nah, he's
Yeah.
September kid. Let's take him back. That's where he should be. Then when I came back to the East Coast, they were like, nah, that's not how we do it. That's crazy talk. So I was the second kid to have my license, like in my grade.
Yeah.
So this
It was only-
explains your athletic prowess. in
That's
the grade
right.
level. I
Yeah.
was held back a year.
Just
I was
facing nerds.
schooling kids. Like I had a whole year of hair growth, on me.
Why
I was
is
like,
everybody not shaving?
Yeah,
My
what's up?
best
Your
my
lack
best
of
friend in high
mustache is
school.
disappointing.
My best friend in high school was 10 months older than me. So it was like almost a full year, which in that when you're in the same grade, it's just
Yeah.
I mean, he had his driver's license the whole year before I did. So it was like I was like I was probably like the third youngest person in my class of like 260 people. Like it really sucked, honestly.
I can imagine. Well, and he'd go to the opposite route. All of my friends down in Baton Rouge, after I'd left, the driving age down there is 15.
Yeah.
So they're in
Isn't that the same state that also had the drinking age at 18?
They were the
for
last one to
longest
change
time?
it
Nice.
to 21. But
There is a state for
there
you.
was
That place is special, dude.
they're all taking driver's ed in 8th grade, getting
Yeah.
ready to do their thing, and I'm waiting until 10th grade. Fuck.
Yeah, and I was the crazy guy in 10th grade with my license.
Yeah, you're the guy that everybody knew. Oh, can you go get us beer?
Yeah, both.
It's amazing what just being older will do for your popularity at that moment
Oh,
in
yeah,
time
yeah.
when no one has a license. And all of a sudden you're like, hey, you know who's all right? Brendan's all right. I never really noticed that. Like, he's kind of cool.
I had a buddy who was a year younger than me, and it drove him crazy. He lied about his age to the point where, like, when his birthday came around, he had his mom and people buy him happy 16th birthday cards and make it like it was his 16th, even though it was his 15th birthday.
Ooh,
What? He was he didn't want to be the younger. He was the youngest kid that was kind of hanging out with our group, and he lied about it. He just lied about it.
The best lie I ever pulled off on my 30th birthday, I quietly snuck off to D.C. and partied with just my wife and one other person. We had a blast, crazy night, and then I just quietly came back to Richmond and acted like nothing had happened. On my 31st birthday, I threw a big old party. And everybody showed up, and everyone was like,
This was last year.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
so
That was awesome.
everybody's like, happy 30th. And I never confirmed, but I never denied.
Yeah.
I just said, no, man, thanks for the birthday wishes.
Yeah.
And
Glad
I
you could
just-
be here to celebrate.
Yeah, just let it be. And all of a sudden, for the next few years, I mean, everybody had that party in their mind, which was truly my 31st.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, yeah, so Brendan's turning 31 this year.
Yeah.
And I got away with it for a while until one asshole, all of a sudden ran the numbers. It was like, wait a minute. He's like, this is bullshit.
He went all fucking hangover where the fucking
Yeah.
numbers were jetting around in there.
He's like, wait a minute. He beautiful minded it.
Yeah.
He goes, this asshole's 32. It was like, what? No.
Hold on.
No, I'm not. You remember the rager I threw? Why would I throw that for my 31st? And I threw the party, so it was like a deliberate decoy.
Nice.
I threw the party.
I had a 30th birthday party at my house when I was. You were worried about that? I didn't. To me,
I wasn't even.
30 wasn't-
It wasn't even.
30 wasn't.
It wasn't intentional. I just was depressed that I was turning 30.
Uh-huh.
So I just went away. I didn't want to celebrate.
Yeah.
So I just told one friend and took my wife. We had a blast. It didn't occur to me till the next year. I was feeling good about my age, and I was like, "Let's throw a rager."
So
And it just worked itself out.
the when I turned 30, right before I turned 30, you got the thing in the mail from the DMV saying you need to come retake your test. You get your new license renewed, whatever.
Yeah.
I missed 2 questions, didn't pass it, and I had to fly down to corporate for
All the way.
Lamar
Oh my
that
God.
same day. So I ended up just getting an ID, got down to Baton Rouge, and had no way of getting around. Couldn't get a rental car, couldn't do anything, and it was
That is beautiful.
my wife just
That's
joked on
hilarious.
me the entire time. I was like, yeah, luckily, down there they're not so strict on things. And
Yeah.
So at two different
I just borrowed my aunt's car and just did what I needed to do for the next 7 days.
at 2 different times in your life, you were the schmuck without a license.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
10th grade,
It happens.
10th grade, and then
10th grade.
post college.
But every time I go back to Baton Rouge, it just, it all fades away. You can get away with murder.
It's a different world
Hope
down
not,
there.
Stu. Captain, slow your roll.
That's a different world down there.
It is. They have those drive-through liquor slushy places. You just go in,
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
hand you a giant Slurpee full of booze. It's
And
crazy.
Duke can speak on it. Louisiana, in and of itself, is broken up into different parts.
Well, there's,
I
it's
mean-
just like anything. I mean, you
Yeah.
got Northern Virginia, you got Virginia Beach, you
Yeah.
got the mountain. But I mean, drive-through daiquiri shops, 72-ounce styrofoam cup of 151 rum, pina colada, and they put a straw on top of it because if they put it in, then it's open container.
Yeah.
The loopholes in this shitty state are amazing.
It's a glorious thing.
And they
Don't talk
finished-
bad about
and
it.
they finished dead last just recently in the total rankings across the board as far as
Alabama beat them? Holy shit.
Mississippi, Alabama, 48, 49.
Wow.
Oh, there's something
That's
to be
saying
proud
something.
of.
Speaking of numbers, just a Richmond's 16th in the country as far as mosquitoes, worst mosquitoes.
Dude, I saw that today. That means there's only 15 places that suck worse to live.
Suck. I see what you did there.
See that? Genius.
My wife gets lit up by mosquitoes.
I don't get bothered by them.
They don't fuck with me. They know better.
My wife has got to have the sweetest blood in the world because they are all over her. It's amazing.
That's why we built that screen porch off the back of our house.
You have to.
Yeah.
We go around.
What's crazy is like where we live, like we're south of Richmond. There's water, yeah, but there's not like we're not living on a bayou. We're not living like
I
on
don't
a major.
understand it.
We're not living in a major water area. Like you go to Virginia Beach and there's water like everywhere. You go to New Orleans, there's water everywhere. You go to
how are we the worst?
Yeah, how are we 15th? Like I would think there would be a lot more than that.
Ew, Stu pulling up the numbers here. The number one worst place, Atlanta, followed by New York, followed by, where is the 3 up there? D.C., gross, and then Chicago. Damn, Phoenix. Know what? Everywhere I've lived is on the list of top 15 worst
Phoenix,
places.
isn't it dry as shit
No.
there?
Can I tell you why it's Phoenix?
Yeah, that would be good to know because
Okay.
it's a fucking desert.
Because everybody in Phoenix has a pool in their backyard.
Oh,
The
so
housing market crashed. Everybody left.
Yeah,
Pools didn't get
run
taken
down
care of.
pools there.
Boom.
That is odd because it's the
Now I've
middle
heard
of
the
desert.
Maine, like I've heard the flies up there are just insane.
Yeah, but the flies don't bite.
Well, flies and mosquitoes, the
Oh.
same thing. And Alaska, I've heard, has crazy
Really?
mosquitoes.
My wife spends all that money to make sure that the mosquitoes get killed and also destroys the bee population and fireflies and everything.
Does that work? That mosquito guy comes around.
It works amazingly well, but it's, I don't have fireflies. Like, it's weird. You can stand
it kills the fireflies.
You stand in my front yard and everyone else's lawn is like blinking
Yeah,
and mine is just like death.
I had fireflies coming up out of the yard 5-6 days ago. I started.
I saw fireflies last night
them.
and then I
Not in your yard.
No. Last night I had fireflies in my yard. I was like, oh, that's weird. Woke up this morning. My kid had welts all over her face. I was like, yep. If I see fireflies, I know the skeeters are
out.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It got her good. Yeah, but my wife doesn't play with that stuff. Like and it's funny because one of my kids is always like, no, you're killing the bees. I'm always like, don't care. That kid doesn't get bit. She's got my blood. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I wonder what the science behind that is.
I'll never understand. Stu's one of these guys who says like drink hot
Tabasco.
sauce and stuff.
Yeah.
No,
Not hot sauce, Tabasco.
Having a spoonful of Tabasco, if you can put as much down, if you start sweating, they don't like it. But
Because you're sweating Tabasco.
here you go. These are your alternatives: dry ice.
No one's putting dry
coffee
ice in their
grounds, mosquito camphor, garlic. Yeah, you eat garlic.
They don't keep the vampires away.
Okay, now hold on.
Beer. Whoa. I'm not doing that.
That explains why I never get bit.
Why is eucalyptus oil on every list for anything ever, good or bad?
No shit.
Like, it's like Chris Rock's Tussin joke. Like, put some eucalyptus
tussin
oil.
on. You ever smoke a beanie?
Oh,
The eucalyptus cigarettes they used to
yeah.
make? Dude, those things are ridiculous.
I used to love those cloves. Clove cigarettes. To jar 'em.
And everyone would be like, dude, those make your lungs bleed. I'd be
Yeah.
like, that adds up. This is so good. So good.
The bleeding feels amazing.
There is nothing better tasting than a clove.
Yeah.
Like, that is the best cigarette you can smoke.
Can't speak to it.
You've never had a clove cigarette?
I smoked a cigarette when I was 13 and just about put me in the
Puked your
hospital.
guts
Before
out.
you could drive? He could have said 18.
Yeah, could have done.
Could have said 32.
Couldn't do it.
Are y'all cigar smokers?
I like a good cigar.
Damn, that's the biggest buzz for me. I'm done. It's like that Zen stuff.
I love the act of smoking a cigar,
best.
but I really don't like smoking cigars. Like,
You need a mild cigar so it doesn't like overwhelm.
I like the girly ones. I like the flavored ones, and those aren't the cool hip ones. Like everybody's like, "Oh, you got to get the whatever."
I ain't mad at you. I smoke flavored cigars all the time.
Because
Or just a black and mild.
I've had a Cuban. I mean, it's just
Well, like anything else, there's different Cubans. There's some
Of
Cubans
course.
that suck. There's some that are just
yeah.
amazing.
Are you talking people?
No, they're all
Oh.
good.
No, I like the
Don't try me, Troy. I'm ready for that bullshit.
I like the flavored one. And I like the cheap Swisher sweets. I like the Black and Milds. I mean, to
Black
me,
and Mild's great.
Yeah.
It's about as good as it gets. It really is. But that's pipe tobacco. See, they're tricking you.
Yeah.
You're just smoking a pipe in the
I
form
like
of a
smoke.
cigar.
We used to smoke pipes here.
I still have a couple pipes over there.
Let's smoke one.
I'm done. Let's wrap this fucker up. Let's do it.
Check, please.
I didn't wear this Budweiser tank top for nothing.
Actually,
you're the
it
only
is
one
deli
smart-
time.
You're
I
the
was
only
going to
one-
say, we passed deli time.
I was going to say, you're the only one smart enough to wear a tank top because it is blazing in here.
Yeah,
See?
we haven't turned the AC on this year yet.
You haven't.
Oh, you
Troy's taking
here?
layers
Yeah.
off. He's taking shirts off.
That's right.
Dude, I come out here when I'm working in the yard. I have that AC. This room's cold as shit, even when it's 70 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I have this room icy. Dude, we should have that deli, though. I have been waiting on this deli for a long, long time. And it would have been appropriate last week.
We've talked about it on this podcast.
We have. This is, drum roll, please.
How's that sound?
It's good enough. It is
We don't have a drum.
the Dogfish Head Slighty Mighty Low-Cal IPA. I have been dying for this particular beer. Now, full transparency, I have had it on draft because I'll be damned if I wasn't going to have it. But
you don't drink all of it, too, if you don't want to.
I've never had it out of a can, and I am dying to know how this really tastes.
So this is Dogfish Heads. I mean, it's getting panned everywhere because it's 95 calories, 3.6 carbs. It's an IPA. This low-cal IPA is brewed with mighty aromatic hop varieties that deliver tropical notes with a slightly sweet balance provided by the monk fruit. And that's where we've talked about this because
Yeah, they were
they're not using
replacing the sugar.
sugars, using monk fruit.
Wait, does it?
So it's a monk, M-O-N-K.
Which is a traditional sugar substitute out there right now. A lot of people use monk fruit to sweeten desserts and different things.
But that's new, right? Like this is a
Yeah,
new
but it's
thing.
in the same way that stevia is new. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's,
but not nearly as monk fruit. Monk's gonna be a lot better for you than stevia.
is that real?
I'm just saying I've never seen monk fruit. Like you don't come across it next to bananas and fucking strawberries.
No, you do not. No, you do not. Oh, I've had my first.
And I
sip.
didn't know it was monk. I thought it was mung, M-U-N-G. So it's M-O-N-K.
Oof. Did you ever heard of munging somebody?
No, what's that?
I'm not gonna. Someone should look it up on Urban Dictionary. I don't know if it's still the definition.
Did you ever hear
that I
of
was-
monking someone?
Monking?
Yeah.
No, but that sounds like
Ask the Catholic Church.
that sounds interesting.
Well, you were in the choir, right, Brendan? Tell us all about it.
That's right.
It's good. That's it. I got no comment beyond that. It's good.
All right, so we've been drinking
Real
This-
IPA.
this
So this is
awful
interesting.
IPA that we cannot seem to kick.
Dude, we got that.
I feel like this transition is going to be great. Is it going to make my palate collapse or
I
something?
mean, the first taste you have.
Wow. That's all
Oh.
I got to say is wow.
Interesting.
For
From Stu, we immediately get a wow.
I'll
for-
back Stu's
for-
wow
for-
up with a wow.
for an IPA, wow. That's
Wow. Wow.
I'm blown away at the wow squared that has occurred here because I predicted that this would be a game changer for Dogfish Head before
You
ever
did.
trying it.
You did.
And as we know, my predictions are trash. So
I still have a bit of the ardent in the
Yes,
back, of the,
yeah,
back
oh,
of
yeah.
the mouth. I gotta wash it out with this.
So the whole
Dogfish
logic
Head.
behind this was, the Michelob Ultras of the world, the Corona Premiers, which is the superior ultra light beer.
We figured that out.
We figured it out ourselves. It wasn't difficult. I drank it and said, "Oh, that's better." This is the first. Well, there is another one that was out, but this is the one that really has marketing behind it. It's got a lot of promotion. They're banking, the house that this Slighty Mighty is going to be that low-cal IPA, that low-carb, low-cal IPA that's really going to turn people on.
because I had to say I'm really not a big IPA fan.
I
But
hate
this
IPAs.
Like it's not heavy. It's not like you got that back taste, but it's not.
Well, and you expect
lingering.
that it won't be too heavy because it is low carb,
Yeah.
low cal. So it's going to be certainly less potent than traditional IPA, but they did go after the IPA, and they used the monk fruit to really bring out that sweetness that you need, that all the sugars and the yeast eats and everything, so you need all of that. So they talk it up, talking about all the tropical notes, pineapple, coconut, mango. I'm seeing your write-up over here, Stu, and I don't know about that bullshit, but I'm impressed with it for what it is. If this is the equivalent of a Premier or an Ultra, there's a lot more flavor here. I'm questioning if there's a diety sweetness to it.
Do you want me to go first?
I would love that.
This is trash.
Oh, I thought the whoa was a good thing.
I think he was just backing me up for
This is total bullshit. This is IPA on it. This is not an IPA.
Nope.
Now, if we're going to go off taste, it's delicious and it's amazing. But the fact that they say that it's low-cal IPA.
Oh, that's interesting. You hate it as an IPA.
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
it as a beer.
You give this beer to me wrapped, plain, nothing on it. I drink it. I say, that's very light and delicious and refreshing.
So it's
You tell me it's an IPA. It's not an IPA.
it's labeled wrong.
Yes. I think they're going on the fact that people love IPAs. They think
Yes.
that everyone thinks they love IPAs. So they're going to go, oh, I can now have an IPA that's low calorie. This is not going to give you the hops flavor that you want. Now,
Do you taste hops?
it has a flavor, but it is not
But it's
on any level of any IPA I've ever had.
is it more hoppy or more malty?
I'm still trying to distinguish between the ardent that is residing in my mouth.
Unfortunately, we have this.
This is so light that it's not even washing out the ardent that's
for like
living in my
4
mouth.
weeks. We've had this keg that Troy brought
Thank
from
you,
a
Danny.
wedding, and
And Whitney.
it is the most overly hopped turd of a beer.
Yeah.
And it's strong.
Stronger than shit.
Like, I'll come out here on a Sunday and have one beer, like finish all my yard work, have one beer, and go inside, like telling
Lightheaded.
horrible jokes.
Yeah.
You know, like it'll get you loopy quick. And that's all we've been drinking for the last 3 weeks of the show.
Just
Now-
in
I do think, I'm sorry, Stu, to step on you, but I do think this has some hop flavor, but it's not. Every other IPA I've had has been hoppier than this.
Yes, this is a piss poor IPA. It's hoppy though.
I was
Okay.
just going to go along the
Go ahead, Stu, run with it.
marketing
Oh wait,
stuff.
hold on. What are you going to give it? What are you going to give it?
I do like this beer, and I would buy it.
Okay, and at what is the ranking? Because we have moved the deli bar to 4.
Yeah, it's not going to win a deli in my book.
Okay.
But I'll give it a 3.5 easily.
That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong.
It's a good beer. It's a good beer. I kind of am upset because I feel like if you like hops, you shouldn't like this, but I guarantee people will like this because it says it's an IPA and they like Dogfish Head.
sure.
Stu.
I was just going to, like, for the listeners who can't really see the can, you can tell what they're going after with the color scheme, the whole, like, if you see this.
Well, I take a picture of every can, so they're
Yeah.
going to see it.
Okay. Newbie. Thank you. Sorry.
Well, they can't. That doesn't mean they're seeing it per se.
No, but
I
just-
do
but
tend
in
to
general,
put weird
yeah.
filters
So-
on there and shit.
in general,
Yeah.
you know, the light colors, everything it says is exactly what they're going after.
Oh, the color
It's
scheme
like
is
a
closer.
turquoise with, and it's mostly
And
white,
white,
with
yeah.
turquoise.
It reminds me of the white Monster Energy kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
look.
Yeah.
So,
Because if you usually see the IPAs, you look at those bottles, those cans, it's like
yeah, big bowl.
intense.
Yeah.
dark, whatever. But I'll be honest with you, it's refreshing. I'm not a
And
big,
you're not
I'm not a big. Well, I'm not a big IPA fan in general, just to begin with. But I can tell it's an IPA because of the taste. But it's definitely nowhere near the strength of what
it's like a
you would
watered
say.
down
Yeah,
IPA. What's the alcohol on this? Did we determine that?
It is exactly
4%. So therefore, how is it an IPA?
well, IPAs don't have to have an alcohol content.
What?
No, like they don't. To be classified as an IPA, you don't have to be.
Oh,
above
I always
a
thought
certain
they were high octane.
No, it's just that the sessionable is that under 5.
Ah,
And
4
that's
is
just-
low.
4 is low.
And that's how they're getting away with this, I guess. I mean, this is basically
It's all part of it. Alcohol's nothing but calories. So if you want to be 96 calories, you're gonna have to be lower alcohol,
Lower
less
sugar.
sugar. And they've done that. So Stu, what would you give this?
I think they
1
made
to
this
5?
beer and it was really strong and they just cut it with water.
And monk fruit,
Yeah.
however the hell that plays into it.
Personally, taste wise, I'll give it 2.5.
Okay,
But I'll bump it up to a 3 just for the marketing of the can.
he
It's
loves
great.
looking
It's
at
great.
it. He loves looking at it holistically. Stu's not just
Hey,
a
I'm
flavor
with Stu
guy.
because
I like
every
I like
beer
that.
we drink, whether or not you admit to it, there's a marketing, it's the whole package.
That's why I said I'm a Coors drinker, but I know Budweiser's a better beer because I tasted it without the marketing.
Yeah.
When we did that taste test, that was eye-opening for me.
Yeah.
Budweiser was a better beer.
Yeah.
I still go buy Coors
Yeah.
because marketing matters,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So I find this beer very interesting on a lot of levels.
Is it better in a can or better out of the tap? Can you tell the difference?
Yeah, it's a little better on. No, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you asked that, I'm thinking. No, they taste almost exactly the same.
I love that they figured that out.
Yeah,
They really figured the can thing out. Like, because I hated buying bottles. Everybody used to buy bottles because bottle beer was better than can. But now they figured the can thing out where
it's better
it tastes,
than the bottle.
It tastes just good, and you don't have the trash.
I'm still a huge believer in the fact that you can get warm, you can get cold, but if you can get the can like right from the brewery and it stays cold throughout its life,
Yeah, it
to
tastes
you,
just as good.
You're going to get it right off like the same as the draft. I guess.
I agree. That's
What
why
I
Coors
find-
is the best.
What I find interesting about this beer, it doesn't have the hoppy punch of an IPA. So to classify it as a true IPA, you're failing.
It doesn't make my mouth funky.
It's closer to a pale ale
Yes.
than it is to an IPA,
What
which I think
IPA is a pale ale.
is the
right?
India
Indian
pale
pale
ale
ale.
versus the pale ale. I don't even. I always have an opinion. I don't know the answer.
Yeah, I don't know the
to that
difference
one.
between a pale ale and an IPA.
As I drink it, it's not hoppy enough on the front end to truly be an IPA. There is a hop profile there. It's quite distinguishable. What I like about that is it tastes better than an Ultra because it has flavor.
More flavor, yeah.
There's something there. There's flavor there. So I respect that part of it.
So you got a score?
Something about the monk fruit,
This was $9.99 for a 6-pack, just so you know.
that's a problem. Something about the monk fruit tastes like diet sweetener. There is a ever so slight aftertaste. It's not
can see that,
aspartame.
yeah.
It's not stevia, but you know it's there. There's a sweetness that tastes right on the front, but wrong on the back. And that's the thing about this that is odd to me. Now, it's not offensive to me. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's there.
Yeah.
Like there's something abnormal. It almost leaves like a coating. And I don't understand what that is.
I can taste that.
Take a drink and think diet soda.
Yeah.
When you do it, you might be surprised what you pick up on in the aftertaste. Because it's there. It's just if you think diet soda when you do it. Did you
Yeah.
get anything?
No, yeah, I agree with you.
It's like when we were talking last week about the Lipton tea, like
Yeah.
that pre-made,
Yeah, it's
Big
just
batch.
a hint of something wrong.
Yeah.
Now, I don't
You're like, at first you're like, it's tea, and then when you're done drinking, you're like, that's not real
that
tea.
tea was
Yeah,
amazing.
that tea's turned.
Yeah. But
Oh, you're talking about the
no, the wild leaf
yeah, the
was
wild leaf was
to die for.
perfection.
that's what I was looking for. Right
But
before it came.
for what this is, being in that low-cal ultra range, I mean, this is going to be a 3.5 if you're looking at it through that lens.
Yeah,
It's a 3, but if you're looking at it through the low-cal, it's a 3.5. I'd still drink the Premier if I'm going to do an ultra beer
yeah.
because it has just enough flavor and none of that whatever the hell that is.
And
in
the price
background.
point's better.
Yeah.
Like,
And
the alcohol's the same. Like, why?
yeah,
And if I tell you, Dogfish Head, like Stu was getting at, I mean, they're geniuses. This marketing, their $9.99 is the perfect price point for the beer snobs because it's like
Yeah, we're not spending too
high,
much,
but
but
it's
it's
not
more
too
than
low.
you should be spending.
Slighty Mighty, great name. Great name. I mean, what a great name.
Oh yeah, slight in calories,
Yeah.
mighty in flavor.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
No.
No, I think they've got a winner on their hands.
Oh,
But-
well, as we found, it's sold out. It's been selling out as quickly as they get it at Total Wine. So,
Dude, I've been trying for 4 episodes.
yeah.
4 episodes? Yeah, no, dude, this came out in April. It's been longer than that, and I haven't been able to get my hands on it. But it's been at my local bar on draft, and I get it because I don't want to drink a heavy beer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I find myself already buying it. So, but I think that 3 to 3.5, depending on what lens you're looking through, is fair. As an IPA,
But it's the same.
bad.
I mean, it's
I'm liking
same
I'm
as the
liking,
Coors Light and Miller Light, right? Like, same carbs and same calories. So it's like,
yeah, you're right there.
I'm liking the fact that it's got that flavor with only the 4%.
well, and I think that's what they're
Alcohol, which
going
is-
on. I mean, that's what they're banking on.
That's the new trend right now. The breweries are starting to wake up to that. They're starting to do more sessionable, low alcohol content beers. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because for far too long, you could walk into a brewery,
8%.
have 2
9%,
beers, and
yeah.
be like, not able to drive out of there. And that got to the point now where I go into breweries and I shop by ABV, then description,
Yeah.
because I don't want anything that's over 6, because I will get hammered.
Yeah.
I hate being hammered. Actually, I've noticed a little something with me lately.
You love
Tell us
being
all about
hammered.
it. We're waiting.
This is unfortunate. So, Troy and Stu, you know me for a long time. You guys know that I tend to be like, I'm able to drink all night. I can
Yeah,
start.
you rap like I've never seen you pass out. I've never seen you go home early. I've never seen you.
I just go.
Yeah, you just keep going,
I can start at noon.
and you're always about your wits. You have your wits about you. Like you
For the
remember
most part.
things. Like you don't go blackout and forget 3 hours of the night. Like
Unless we're taking shots, yeah, I
that's-
tend to have a governor that
Game changer.
it works for me for whatever reason. Here in the last month, there's something has changed. Something's wrong. Because I notice I'm doing me, which is I should be able to go as long as I'd like.
yeah,
The
and
other
you're a
night-
night owl. You don't go to bed. You're never.
I'm always a night owl.
Yeah.
But so like a couple weeks ago, I was at young Jimmy's house. It's like 2 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, headed towards 2. And we're standing there talking, and it was like a wave hit me. Like it crashed on me. And I was like, dude, I gotta go to bed right now. And he was like, what? And he's known me since I was like,
Yeah.
10. He's like, what are you talking about? You're always up. And I'm like, no, you gotta go to bed now. And he's like, whoa, dude, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have sheets on your bed. Like you can't do this to me right now.
And you don't even care.
And I go, dude, sheets are unnecessary. I sleep on
Yeah.
the couch. He's
Yeah.
like, well,
I'll
I'm
sleep
sleeping
on the floor.
Yeah. And he's like, no, we got to use it. And he goes to the dryer. The sheets are all wet.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, my God. He's like, dude, you cannot tell my wife if I let you sleep on that bed. He's like, she'll kill me.
Yeah.
Because you know wives are like, no, you do the right
Yeah,
thing.
you should have had
Yeah.
the soaps and fucking
Yeah.
water bottles out. And,
I'm like, no, I'm going to bed. So we just threw sheets across the bed. And then I fell out. I woke up in exactly the position I just fell over in. And that was my first one. I was like, that was weird. That doesn't happen. It happened to me this past weekend.
wow.
I was hanging out. I was sitting
Really?
over at a buddy's house. We were sitting there talking. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, damn it. There it is again. Like, what is this? I've never felt this.
Welcome to my world.
Well, I was just getting ready to say that you were ahead of the curve in what, 3rd grade, 5th grade, and now it's catching up to you.
Yeah.
I'm
The
aging
curve has
out.
caught you. Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing, man. I was at my boy's house the other night, and I was just like, oh, we got to go. My wife's like,
At least you're aware of it.
my wife goes, hey, I want to get out of here. And she knows that I don't want to leave when she wants to leave.
Yeah. You
And so she's
you
like,
always want to stay later.
she's like putting on her armor. She's got the Kevlar on, like, all right, here comes the fight, right? And she's
Yeah.
and I'm like, it's not a bad idea. We should go. She was like, really? And she's like, oh, you're just gonna bike back to his house. I get it.
yeah.
Dude, we got home. I was like, I'm dying. I started chugging waters. Like, something's happening. Something's changed. I don't like it.
Dude,
Have you done anything different lately? Besides, like,
No, honestly, like,
outside the routine?
no, like there hasn't been any major shifts because I've been doing the low carb thing for so long now that's not even part of it.
Yeah, that's just the same.
I don't know. The only thing I can think that's different in my life, I'm spending a lot more time in planes. Could that possibly? I don't know. I spend a lot more time traveling.
Cabin pressure?
You've always
what I'm wondering.
you've
Pressure?
always been an outlier. Like most people react that way, and they just have learned. They've adapted to it. Like you and I hung out a few weeks ago. Like we were trying to catch up. And then I finally got over here.
This
and
dude,
like an hour later, I hit eject and was like, I can't get out of here.
This dude walks in my house the other night. This was crazy. All night long, we've been talking about hanging out, and we're dancing around it.
Well, we were pre-gaming.
Yeah, we were all doing our thing.
Yeah.
And then you were like, hey, I'm coming over. He walks in. Immediately, he's like, what's up, guys? Like, the slur was so pronounced, but he didn't know it yet. His eyes were clear,
Yeah.
but his tongue had fallen out.
What were you
Yeah.
doing beforehand?
Just drinking mixed drinks at the house, hanging out with the family.
He just went 3 drinks too far, and it hadn't hit him. But
Yeah.
he's like,
When I
blast.
drink liquor, that's what happens.
As soon as
But
he
I've
walked
been
in,
drinking more liquor now because I'm trying to be low carb. So I'm drinking, vodka sodas and stuff like that instead of drinking 14 to 18 beers, trying
respect.
Yeah.
But you walked in that night. The first thing I said to him, "Oh, you're slurring," and he's like, "Bit right." And even my wife's like, "No, you are slurring a bit." And then she's like, "Well, I'm gonna go to bed." This dude sat down on the couch and lamented about how he should have never left his house
Yeah.
for an
Yeah, I
hour
was
and
like-
then ejected.
Like,
I was like,
I've made a poor decision.
good times hanging out.
Ubered
Good
over
times.
here, Ubered back.
Within an
hour later.
Yeah, like good decisions.
Yeah.
I like where your head is.
It is truly like it's the liquor. I don't care how.
No, liquor's the worst.
You're getting
Yeah.
You can
you get
pace
above
yourself.
you
with
get above
beers.
35. I think you're just all of a sudden you're having. Let me have a gin and tonic, or let me have a vodka soda. Let me do whatever, and that's just 1 or 2 drinks, and the next thing you know,
Well, and this is 9% beers. You can get out ahead of yourself.
well, yeah, you go to
Fast.
some of those breweries, and
Yeah,
you're like
yeah.
11%. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll just have one. What? I'm not thinking about the fact that I just put 2 nice, cool drinks down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Coors Lights I can maintain.
For days and days.
Maintain. I can't get them in fast enough. Even when they're flowing, my body's processing them as fast as I'm
Yeah,
intaking
Coors Light's
them.
the perfect beer.
I do have to say,
We need to do the light beer challenge.
Yes, we do.
So allow me to put this out to the abacus right now. Consider this your invite. In the next month, I want to do this.
Yeah, this summer that'd be a good.
I want to make
summertime.
sure that we get the light beer challenge done. So abacus, this is the official invite. We need to make this happen. So I don't know if next week will work, if on account of if we're at Ely's house or not.
we might not be doing a podcast next
We'll
week.
figure it out. I'm sure. of
I'm
that.
busy.
But well, it won't be on Monday. I can
It
assure
won't be
you.
Saturday or
of
Sunday either.
that. We have problems.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
maybe a Tuesday.
I certainly don't want to come out of a long weekend and go drinking on a Tuesday.
We've been known to do that.
Don't want it.
please let
Wednesday?
me know if I'm just sitting here by myself in the middle of the man room, in the pallet house, and just like, where are the guys?
Yeah, I've seen that before. But I want that light beer challenge. I want that to go down. I think it's time.
Do we need to? Let's come up with what we're going to drink: Miller Lite, Coors Light, Bud Light.
Those are facts.
Yeah.
That has to happen.
Are we going domestic the whole way? Are we going?
Yeah. Light beers are domestic.
Okay.
Like there can't be a Heineken light in the
Okay.
mix.
So
it just
what?
doesn't
So
count.
what would the other light beers?
Natural light.
Natural light.
Right. I was just going
Ooh.
to ask, would you go light beers that aren't made by the same?
Well, no, that's why you do. Natural light is the better, is the poor man's Bud Light, right? Which is hard to say because that the bar is low.
Yeah.
So, you're going to do your natural light. You could do Keystone Light.
Yeah.
Keystone Light would be your Coors Light. And then Miller.
5's enough. That's 5.
5?
There you go. So you got Keystone, Miller,
Natural.
Coors, Bud, and Natural. Those are the light beers. I mean, you could bring Busch Light into the equation if you need to,
You're splitting hairs.
but you are.
yeah.
So I think those are the ones that we need to taste. We need to know and see what bubbles to the top.
Really, I think we'd be better served just doing 4. Miller,
We would, but
Miller,
I have a hard time.
Coors, Bud, and Natural.
But I have my wild card is the Keystone because I've seen that beer bubble to the top an impromptu taste test, and I'd like to see how it does in a
Okay, we can do that.
in a true environment.
Plus, there's a certain someone who keeps tons of it.
Yeah, and I know where
on
to get
stack.
Keystone for free. So
Laying around.
that's all good. Hey, did y'all see this fucking Taco Bell hotel? Is this happening? Is this real?
It's gonna happen from what the article said. I saw the article.
Someone sent that in.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it.
Taco Oasis?
Is that what they call it? Taco
What would you
Oasis.
call it?
I don't know, dude. I would.
Palm Springs, right?
I mean, there better be a bidet. That's all I know. If I'm going to be living on Mexi melts,
There better be wet wipes aplenty.
Oh, yeah. That's.
no, I need a bidet. I need a bidet. I don't have time for games.
I'm just saying you can follow the bidet up with a wet wipe. It's Taco Bell. You can never be
But
too sure.
So they're honestly opening, and for a limited time, which I find this is like the McRib of resorts. They say that they're going to open it for a limited time, and it's going to be an entirely Taco Bell themed resort and hotel, full of Taco Bell gift shop, nothing but Taco Bell resort merchandise, plus quesarita shirts and all the nonsense. But I think we all love Taco Bell. Everybody agrees that Taco Bell is great when you're hammered.
I haven't had Taco Bell, and this is a
this?
ICPH exclusive. This past Friday, I had a bite of Taco Bell for the first time in 10 years. 10 years.
And
we're waiting.
It was
it was that good.
no,
Oh, where'd you go?
dude. I ate
You were
Taco
at
Bell.
Carl's Jr., bro. Taco Bell's the
I
shit.
ate Taco Bell 10 years ago at my in-laws' house. I got sick. And I'm not saying sick like shitting and puking. I'm saying I had to lay down. Like, I felt like death. And I haven't
have
Taco
to-
Bell in 10
This
years.
is crazy.
So then my wife and kids go out and get Taco Bell last Friday night. And it always looks and smells amazing.
Yeah, it's Taco Bell.
But I'm like, I can't touch it. Well, my younger son didn't finish one of his
Oh,
things.
so you ate half?
So I had a bite of it. And it was good. But then the next day, my older
Really?
son wakes up and he's sick. He's puking.
First off, anything that's supposed to be that good and that cheap, I mean,
Dude,
well, I get the Mexican.
it's good.
99 cents, but
I mean, that Dorito taco looks pretty fucking amazing. And I have wanted to try it over the years, but I've never touched it.
I do have to say, Taco Bell, when they had just their basic menu, tacos, soft tacos.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the
nachos,
very
whatever.
generic.
But
Dude, when
all
I
of
was-
this stuff, when they start adding
Yeah.
Cheetos and nachos and flavor, I'm like, are
Yeah,
you
my younger
kidding?
son got the Frito burrito, which had Fritos in it.
The one thing I don't like at Taco Bell is the sauce they put in the quesadilla. I don't know what it is. It's just not right. It's like
Now, when I was a
tangy sauce.
kid,
it's like a Miracle Whip.
I would crush like 5 or 6 tacos back when they were, 25 cents a pop. Just a standard taco. But yeah, they've
Yeah,
gotten
that's the
weird.
good stuff.
Everything's weird now.
Yeah, I love Taco Bell. I would go to the Taco Oasis, but apparently everything they do there, from poolside drinks to breakfast, will all have Taco Bell flavors in them. What kind of cocktails do you get that has Taco Bell flavoring in it?
Taco Bell has its own Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
Baja-
the Baja
yeah.
Rush.
Blast.
Baja Blast. There it is. Yeah, because it's that popular. Gaming nerds love that stuff. That's why they're so ripped.
Taco Bell, bless their hearts, they realized what they were early, and they were like,
Oh, they were like, we're fourth meal.
they're like, we're staying
like, well
up
done.
till fucking 4 a.m. and feeding drunk tards on the way home.
So here's what blows my mind about this Taco Bell resort that's only open for a very limited time.
But in Palm Springs, which is a nice fucking
High
resort,
end.
yeah.
So they're open for like 6 weeks at most, maybe. Like it's a short-term thing. How many wedding applications do you think they have? They're having weddings there. They're hosting weddings. How many weddings do they have in like a 4-week?
They'll be full. They'll be full up.
165
In
weddings
4 weeks?
are already booked.
4 weeks is not that long. That's 30 days.
Think about the attractive weddings that are going down at a Taco Bell. When you're like, all I ever wanted was a Taco Bell catered wedding.
That's disgusting.
Finely tuned athletes.
Now I've been to a wedding that had a
Stu's
taco bar. Yeah.
Oh, I love a wedding with a taco bar.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
a Taco
I'm
Bell
just-
bar, you've entered into a different
You
level.
know, we had it.
That's a
So when
Bush Light
when the
wedding.
bride and groom are leaving, here's the bubbles and a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Spray hot sauce at them. They're coming down the aisle.
You know, we had our
Fire
wedding that was
sauce.
awesome. Speaking of bars, we had a mashed potato bar.
Ooh, dig.
Martini glasses, put mashed potatoes in it, and then you went down the line. You
Gravy?
put cheese, gravy, bacon bits, sour cream,
That sounds
butter.
heavenly.
Oh, it was. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'm in. All right, I'm in on the mashed potato hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
Switching gears.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Here we go.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna put on a mustache for this wedding. Dude,
Taco Bell, like, they're super popular right now. Like, those hot sauces with the, like, funny sayings on them and stuff. Like,
people love that shit.
it's
man.
everywhere.
Dude, it's an 18+ hotel too.
Meaning you have to be over
There's
18.
no kids.
Wow.
Yeah, because this is a sexy time party. It's Taco Bell. You know, nothing screams sexy time more than Taco Bell.
When you have the shits, you feel super sexy.
I got a buddy who'd like that. You know who you are. You know who you are. Out
Yeah,
there.
he's a listener.
He's a listener. I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
Next topic.
He loves shitting. He does.
That's a fact. Well, I'd go check it out, but I'm not going to go out of my way to check it
Not
out.
the Palm
Because I don't go out of my
Springs.
way to go to Taco Bell,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But when
All I'm imagining is the flight back.
oh God, Taco Bell Airlines.
They're going to have a cleanup on every aisle.
Yeah, clean up, period. Clean up.
Can we power wash the inside of this plane out? Can you power wash a 747 from
all
the
right.
inside out?
So there was another topic that I didn't know that apparently was it someone close to you sent this in, Troy. I was trying to figure out who it was, but apparently a topic came in about a dog. Does this ring a bell?
Yeah.
So I was reading through, and this one blows my mind. I don't quite understand how this is even possible. There was a wealthy lady here locally.
This is local, yeah.
Yeah, this is very local to Richmond. Wealthy lady passes away, and she loves her dog. Now we've discussed ad nauseum how people love dogs far too much, oftentimes, which I'm being accused of right now. I don't know if you've noticed my dog's new cone.
Yeah, you got rid of the donut and it has a full-on cone now.
My wife's
A
accusing
soft cone.
my wife's accusing me of being too emotionally involved to put him down, and I'm like, he's not ready. Like he's
He's been ready.
I don't believe he is. He follows me around. He eats like crazy. He's constantly wagging his tail. He wants to hang out, but now he's got this freaking cone
has a-
on him.
I'll let you
He's-
guys discuss because I'm going to stay out of that topic.
He's cancer.
Oh, I'd love to hear your. Do you think he's ready to go? Professional opinion on the air. Give it to me.
Mentally, he may not be ready to go like the way he reacts to you.
Yeah.
Mentally,
But
no one is.
But yeah, physically, I mean,
You think so? No, I want your opinion because I need to figure this out.
he has a tumor the size of a baseball hanging off his head that is open and bleeding everywhere.
But
I mean,
as,
what
he,
is-
as
okay.
he told me when he was young, if it's not softball size, don't do it, Dad. And I said,
He did say that.
it was a long night, but he did say it.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's it's the toughest thing ever because for
Stu,
me,
would you put that dog down?
yes.
Okay. See, that's all I need. I didn't cut to the. He was about to give me a whole speech.
Well, my thing was
That's fair. No, that's fair.
My
That's
thing-
all I wanted to know.
my thing with the animals is they live with you, so you have
This is going great.
you have to worry about like he's literally bleeding all over the inside of your house.
Not anymore.
Humans live in that house, your kids and wife. Do you want to live in a house full of cancerous dog blood? I don't.
No.
I mean, that's just me.
I'll say. Can I say one thing real quick?
Sure.
Okay. Here we go. I know it's coming. I'm going to give Brendan the benefit of the doubt because he hasn't. It was tough for me with Dixie, and
Yeah.
I've done it, so I've seen it, and I know
It's
what I
always
need to do.
tough.
And it's the first one. Like Dixie was the one before I had kids.
Yep.
This
His
is the
first
first
one.
person responsible for.
I've
the
done
thing
this.
responsible for. So when you've done it once, it's a lot easier. Now I look at the 4 cats and 2 dogs I've got. I'm like, okay, you, we're out of here. Done.
Yeah,
I can do
yeah.
it right away, right now. Let's go. Otherwise,
Yeah, 'cause once you-
I understand what you're talking about with
Hey, I'm
Colby.
with Stu 100%. Like with your first one, with
It's
your
your first.
yeah, but then it's like you have kids, and you're like, all right, now I'm really taking care of something. Like this is different.
I do not envy you. Period.
No, so my wife is accusing me of,
But
of
everyone
being
has to
too
do it.
emotionally involved.
Yes.
All pets have to be put down at some point. Like,
But
that's
he
the
hasn't
thing.
shown me. I guess what I'm waiting for is when he's like having a hard time getting up or like moving around, but he's still doing it reasonably well.
Yeah, he's
And
not.
maybe I'm just holding on too long. And Stu, I appreciate you being honest because I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
No, look. I agree with you. I come over here on Mondays, and he's fucking wagging his tail, and he's fucking happy to walk out here with us and wander around and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. You want him to be like falling down, not getting up, like make it easy for me.
My girls the other day, like we were at the River Rock thing, and they have like the air dogs that jump in the water. And my girls were like, "Our dog's faster than that," because when he gets to running, he still can get to running. It just takes a whole lot to get there. But so I've been debating. He's got this new trick now that he has the cone. He'll like wedge it onto the door, like the cone there, and then he'll just stare at you like, "See, I couldn't possibly get out of this situation till you remove the cone." It's like, dummy, move your head. And then he just moves on. But he'll just stare at you as soon as he gets caught. But so
I just am mad. I'm mad at all dogs now because when we were kids, they just went out in the woods and died. Now it's like they make you pull the trigger. It's like, don't put that on me,
tell
dude.
that to Old Yeller. So this lady the other day, wealthy-ass lady from here locally, she passed away and she put in her will that her perfectly healthy dog that she loves
It was
more
a
than
young dog,
anything else in the world,
like 4 or 5 years old or something like that.
not that she wanted to give it the millions of dollars, not that it's that
Which is stupid.
she wanted the dog to be put down and buried next to her. Now, this is a perfectly healthy dog.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. You can't just put down a dog. But then the other side of the coin is like, if that dog had ended up in a shelter, like they put them down all the time, right?
But it might have been adopted too, so you don't know.
So, but she put in her will, like, don't adopt this dog out,
I
euthanize
want
it,
it with me,
and
yeah.
bury it next to me, which I guess here in the area, it's like illegal to have a dog buried next to you, which seemed to be like the problem. And like the shelter was like, we're not putting this dog down. Like, this is crazy talk. We're not just going to euthanize a perfectly healthy dog.
Why can't you have a dog buried next to you? That's weird.
That is weird. But it was like explicitly put in her will, I want you to take this dog out.
They ended up doing it, right?
Dude, they did it. They took out the dog.
But
Well,
did they bury it with her?
They couldn't bury the dog per se as a whole
So
body.
they
had
like
ashes.
cremated?
They cremated
They had
the
to
dog
cremate
first.
Yeah.
So
But how fucked is that? Like, you've been getting loved by this person, and then because that shit stick put it in the will,
Yeah.
that you got to put this dog down and bury it with me.
As
That's whack.
As someone who has voiced his opinion about animals on here, and I like animals, but they're still not humans, I don't think that's fair to the animal. Like, I really don't. Like, let the dog get adopted out. Like,
But in the eyes of the law, it's a piece
we
of
have lots of stupid laws around here.
in the eyes of the law, it's personal property, is
Yeah.
what they said. That was the loophole they gave. No, if she wanted to be buried with her Mercedes, we would have figured it out. It's her property.
Can you do that with your kids and wife?
I think they still have rights. I think they still have
Hey,
rights.
personal property, right?
I guess.
I mean, I'd like to think the dog has some rights to live.
Crazy, man. They put the dog down and buried it. I mean, that's insane. Oh, Stu, you're doing your research over there. I see. What do you got for me? What do you got?
I was just going to make you look smart. I'm not going to read it.
Oh,
No, I'm just.
then don't.
I just thought
Yeah.
it's interesting that so
Fired.
The
You can't make them look smart. Nice try.
The final call
luck.
though is that they did cremate the dog and they did bury it with her, but you can't do it in a public cemetery.
So she had to get a private.
Wherever she's buried is like either on her property or somewhere. If it's a state-run or public cemetery,
Beautiful.
they
So
can't
she
do
had.
that.
You know what? Fair. She has to be buried in her yard.
She beat the system.
She's buried underneath the dog's tombstone. If that's the way it goes down, I'm actually fine with it. They dig a hole in the yard. They throw her in. They put the dog in the shoebox right on top. Call it a day. Put a tombstone up. Says Rex, asterisk, mom.
You wonder too, like I remember when the story broke. Like everyone's like, "Oh, I'll adopt a dog," but it's like you got to wonder: is it because that the story? Like, if you put that dog in a shelter, like you said, would it have been adopted out? You never know.
Well, they didn't even give it the chance.
Yeah, they didn't give it
because
the chance.
In her will, she explicitly said, "Fuck my dog. I love it so much it must die."
It's kind of fucked up.
It's very odd. Oh, is
Look at
that the
Look at
dog?
that. That's the dog.
That's the
Oh,
dog.
it's a Shih Tzu?
Yeah, a little
Oh,
four-
no.
and
That dog doesn't have rights.
4 years.
Fuck that dog.
Ugly ass dog.
That dog's under 15 pounds.
Yeah, it's
A
not
dog under 15 pounds you get rid of. No, I mean, that's just
the
a that's
dog's like 4 years old.
that's
too.
like a really good gerbil.
She paid a lot for it too. You know. I mean, you don't get a purebred Shih Tzu for a couple $100.
The dog's name's Emma.
Oh, that's.
Oh, and look at that. There it is. Shih Tzu mix. I was spot on. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's not a dog. It would have bit somebody. It would have bit somebody.
You can't just kill your. I mean, do you really
It's
love
a
the dog
Shih
if
Tzu.
you want to?
I've completely changed my tune. It's a Shih Tzu.
Do you really
So
want the
the bigger-
dog? Do you really love the dog if you want it killed? I mean, that.
No.
Yeah.
You are a selfish prick. You're going to put the dog down because I want it buried next to me. At least have the common decency to bury it alive.
Yeah.
But
Hold on, wait. What did I agree to?
he said, yeah. Then
Buried
it hit him.
alive.
He's like, good God, wait a minute. That's horrible.
At least put it in a bag with a brick and throw it in the lake. Hold on, wait. What?
So, but just
It's a Shih Tzu.
outside of requests, like general requests that you come across in a will, are you going to quote unquote deny that person that final will and testament request? I mean, regardless. Now, granted, yes, it's a dog, it's a living thing, but people do request odd things all the time for their last.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
what if you're like,
I mean,
I hate my neighbor. Please kill them. That's my last request.
I mean, that's like the old, the people die and they're like, I want the offensive line from the Eagles to bury me so they can let me down one last time. You know, kind of thing. Like, fair enough. You made the request. We'll get the offensive line from Philly. We're going to make it happen.
Is it not kind of funny or weird too that we still do, like, we bury people in the ground? Like,
Oh, it's odd.
that to me, that's so weird. Like, I have no desire to be buried. Like,
I like the new
I'm
one
not
where
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how. I want that Viking funeral, but it's never going to
yeah,
happen.
I'm down for that.
I'm still like the new the tree pod where they
Oh yeah,
bury
they-
you and
come
you
again?
You're the soil, the
yeah,
plant
they
for a
they
tree.
make you in the soil and then
Like it's not a like you're going to be the nutrition.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the new plant.
sounds
the
kinda
bulb of the tree.
Yeah,
you're like
you're in
the.
there.
Well, who was the guy the other day that got buried in a fucking worm suit so he would
I didn't hear about
decompose
that.
faster? It was some famous person who just died
Nice.
recently.
Does that hurt less?
It's someone who died just recently. I can't think of who it was, but he wanted to be buried in a worm suit.
What's a worm suit?
Exactly what it sounds like.
A suit made of worms?
You got it.
I don't think that's a thing.
It's a thing.
I've been to weddings and proms and stuff and never seen one of those.
I will give you that, Troy. I haven't seen it.
Line out
myself.
what you need, Troy. We'll take care of you.
And we'll hook you up, buddy.
Yeah.
We got you. I'll bury you next to that woman's Shih Tzu. That is my pledge to you. I will dig up that Shih
thought-
Tzu and put it in your grave.
I want to be cremated and then blown into my nemesis's eyes.
Fair. Fair. If I could become Pink Eye and my worst enemy.
Exactly, yeah.
We didn't even talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Sorry I missed that.
In my opinion, I think it ended well. Obviously, you had to rush the whole thing. I get it. You have to rush the whole season. But
Everyone else says it sucks, but hey.
yeah, everyone said it sucks. But everyone said The Sopranos sucked, and now years later, they love it.
Remember rushing the close of this?
Yeah, we're rushing the close. We're going to do it just like Game of Thrones. Thank you guys so much. Game of Thrones wasn't bad in my mind. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't sent us topics, please do so at insidethepalatehouse@gmail.com. We had a lot of people reach out this week, and I do appreciate that. If you haven't had a chance to reach out to us on the Facebook page and like us, we'll do it. It's not complicated.
5-star rating.
5-star rating would certainly help the cause. And then after you do that 5-star rating, go over to Twitter and start letting ITPH at ITPH Podcast know about it. You could do the same thing at Instagram, technically.
Share it too. Tell a
Sounds like a
friend.
plan.
All that good shit.
It's not a bad idea. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show.
Or don't.
We'll talk to you next week. Maybe.
Maybe.
Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?